Hi, I'm Mark Tam and I run PVF Events, which of course puts on the Plymouth Volksfest up in Newnham Park. There's a lot of different techniques. I suppose social media is one of the biggest ones at the moment. We use Facebook, Twitter, Facebook being the most powerful of them. I suppose you can get people to share, run competitions and get people involved in talking about things. Posters and flyers, I think the posters are the most important. You have to have flyers. You've got to take them to the right places. No good just standing in the middle of town. So we flyer all the music events, live music events and dance events. And postering, we tend to plaster the town with it. You'll see them over the next couple of months. And big luminescent posters, you can't miss them. These days, once you put on a few shows, the ticketing systems are quite advanced. So you're able to take data and demographics from your ticket sale information. That's all fed back via the companies that are sorting it out now. We did try doing it ourselves once. It's a much bigger job than you could ever imagine, really, so we leave it to people who know what they're doing. With the ticketing companies, because of the nature of their work, they're able to gather a lot of information from other events as well as and contact. So that's all able to be amalgamated and to be able to do these big mail shots where we hit in maybe 250,000 people, 500,000 people. So it does really get your marketing out nice and quickly as well to a big audience. I suppose we've constantly got to update what we're doing with promotion, try and find the best things that work. When we first started, we were just sort of flyering blindly or advertising everywhere. You start working out what works for you. Often with the tickets, we do a questionnaire, but these are notoriously unreliable. People will just click the quickest thing on the box there, and it perhaps doesn't give you the most accurate answer. Again, I suppose we come back to the data that we gather from the ticketing companies. It lets us know really who we're aiming at. We try and cover everything for everyone if we can, really. So we've got plenty of stuff for the children, adults, and grandparents even. So it is a little something for everyone if you can, and try and market it directly to them. Easier said than done sometimes, but you've got to pick the right publications. I suppose in Plymouth 24/7 is very powerful. The Herald, it's important to build good networks there within the media to be able to get the best from that as well. For us, word of mouth is a real big one, I suppose. If you keep putting on good shows, people keep talking about it, which is very important, I think. Again, Facebook is hugely powerful, and postering, I think, works very well for us. If you're just handing out flyers, they perhaps not going to the right person, so one flyer might be wasted, or you might waste 100 flyers, whereas if you put one poster, you might have 1,000 people come past it, so you're going to have a much better hit rate. You've got to keep at it, I think. It's 24/7. It's no good just doing it the fortnight before. It's a long run up now. We're in January at the moment, and things will be kicking off for us now over the next 5 months, really, and trying to just get it out there and keep people talking about it is the key. Well, it comes back to word of mouth, really. If you're doing a good enough show, people will talk about it themselves. You've got the Levelers Festival. They don't advertise at all, which is surprising, really, but they've got 16,000–18,000 people show up. Hopefully we'll get there as well, but it does take time. It takes time. I suppose there's a lot of similarities when you break it down. I mean, they'll be using Facebook, Twitter, advertising to a certain extent. I suppose the main difference is just the scale we do it on, and the money that's got to be thrown into it, really. It's one of the biggest parts of our budget, next to the bands, of course. But it does account for a huge amount of the money we spend just telling people about it and getting it out there. Over the years, we've dealt with a couple of different ticketing companies, and we've finally settled on the Ticket Sellers. They're a Birmingham-based company who deal with a lot of dance events, live music events, and they've branched out into festivals as well. They do a very good job of it, and they've got a very comprehensive system, really, for checking demographics and this sort of thing that comes in. It's quite involved these days. So they take quite a decent part of the ticket price, inevitably. But it's well worth it, really, for the information we glean back. It's able to help promote things. They keep a big list of all the email addresses, so everything go out to targeted marketing, which we find is very useful, really, just to keep people up to date with what's going on. There's a lot of people who don't use Facebook and Twitter, and sometimes you'll miss them. But with a direct marketing tactics like that, you do get things straight in usually.